Gotta keep fighting. It's hard. And nobody could possibly fathom what you go through at the time. You feel alone, isolated, you feel like you're a burden, ashamed. Every emotion, it just beats on you and beats on you and beats on you. But you have to find a way to keep going on, to not give into it, because there's help out there. You'll find it if you look hard enough, you search hard enough, and you want it bad enough, and you have to want it like you want every next breath, and you'll find it. And I'm happy that I found a lot of it here. So I was one day searching the internet and just looking on YouTube videos, and I saw Dr. Brett, and his technical expertise and how precise he was and explaining with it really won me over. I was like, if this guy's my chiropractor, maybe, I can understand more of what's going on. I sent him a message and he responded, and it shocked me. I was like, wow, most people on YouTube really don't respond to you. So he just kind of hoping, looking for answers, and he responded, and we're here from there.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Healing Immersion Experience. Today we are joined by Brandon. He flew all the way in from Kentucky. You have dizziness, you have a form of vertigo, you carry a lot of neck tension, low back tension, which is translating now to numbness in the hands. You get some numbness in the feet too. And if you look at his x-rays, the x-rays aren't that bad. And it all started when?
About 8 months ago. I had a bad breakup with someone who I really cared about. I was dishonest about some things with them, and they didn't take it too well, and they left me, and it hurt my heart.
A broken heart that ended up leading to a lot of mental stress. You have the external environment and situations that happen and our response to it, but then you have the continued response of what we put on ourselves. Even just from watching the gait, I could tell there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear of either future action or of judgment of past action. That mental stress ended up leading you to receive psychiatric help.
I checked myself in because I was having thoughts that I would normally never had in my entire life, and I'm just like, this is not me, something's wrong, but I had to make sure that I was safe.
And so ultimately, yes, we're gonna be adjusting Brandon. And we also need to discover the depths of what created a disconnect in the first place, because until we have full acknowledgement of the disconnect, of the trauma, of the hurt, and all of the things that created the physical manifestation of these symptoms, they're just going to keep continuing. And I believe that's where medicine sometimes can go wrong. We try to numb the expression of these symptoms instead of discover why they're there. And what you'll find is sometimes when you actually look for the truth of why they're there, you actually can highlight them in a way that has you confront them, and it's not fucking comfortable. It's often really uncomfortable, but in order to heal, to evolve, to awaken to higher levels of consciousness, that we got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and really seeing ourselves. Because only when we see ourselves from the bigness of who we are, that we allow for change. And if we want change and we want healing, that's what we're going to need to do.
Sounds good.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
So this is one of our last adjustments of the Healing Immersion Experience, and this is Brandon, who flew in from Kentucky. Brandon just underwent 20 adjustments within a week, and so we saw him 4 times a day, Monday through Thursday, 2 times a day on Friday, 2 times a day on Saturday, and the results have just been phenomenal. Before, he had a big lockdown in the sacrum that wasn't opening up. When we put in the original adjustments, actually, which we have that original footage when we went to go show the first adjustment, I actually had to stop and go to the back room. Good, now it starts to open up, so I get my system behind, right there. Whoa, ho, ho, other way. Yeah, buddy, we got our work cut out for us, Jesus Christ. All right, let this rock, I got you. A little better. Back on your stomach for me. Yeah, we're doing this one off camera, buddy. Yeah, so I'm not gonna film the adjustment, bud. Our physical body is a manifestation of the physical, of the chemical, of the emotional, and of the spiritual, really energetic vibrations that surround us. And so during the first adjustment with Brandon, we were filming it, and actually I stopped filming because all of what I was feeling, this deep compression, this deep lockdown, ultimately needed a form of acknowledgement that wasn't going to be expressed just through a physical impulse or force to the body. His system was blocking it as a protection mechanism from locking down emotionally. And so, one, being on camera, but ultimately just two, not getting that greater sense of acknowledgement. I don't know if that system ever would have opened up. But here we are, system starting to change. He's not getting the dizziness he had before. His vision's getting a lot better. The numbness that he had in the arms is pretty much completely gone. Just still has a little bit of pain in the neck and the shoulder, but the numbness is pretty much all the way gone. And again, now the thoracics are moving. So that was like a T7 adjustment with some slight rotation and torque. What I'm feeling is the sacrum is pulled up slightly on the left side. And so what we do is we use the drop to come up. We make a connection right at the base, like S2, S3 tubercle, and then we're sinking it down here. And so what we've also been putting into play is a slight distraction from the heel, but really focusing both on the ilium and on the sacrum. And so again, as you get axial traction, you'll start to see what is actually starting to unload, and we're going to focus right at the ilium, right there. So just gets a slight distraction, which often can get also a nice release on the QL, which is the quadratus lumborum. So here, and then just direct pressure right there at the T4, but need it to relax a little bit. Take a big breath in, let it out, right there, boom. What we want to do, especially when people have shoulder issues, sometimes you want to check through the front. And so a lot of times when people are getting numbness, tingling going down the arm, there could be compression on the brachial plexus, especially from the middle scalene being really tight. And so that means often you go through the front. However, his feels open, so what I'd rather do is just have a slight distraction on the shoulder. And so this just helps create space within the nape of the neck here, which often means I get a better adjustment through that area. So this will be C5, C6 on the right side. And again, it just moves clean. So this is more C2 with occiput on the right side.
Yesterday, something shifted in me, the emotional aspect of it. I didn't really understand it. And I think you did an excellent job explaining to me between, the thoughts, traumas, and what's the third T? Toxins. Yeah. So the trauma aspect and the thought aspect was mine. I didn't understand why my body was somewhat responding to them. It allowed me to get a better understanding to where I don't have the fear as much. And as the fear left, the clarity started coming back and the fog started lifting and the emotions got lighter. So I feel lighter and I'm smiling. Like I haven't really smiled. Oh God, man. A genuine smile, it's been months. Coming here so often, man, it's a welcoming environment, and just the spirit and the energy of everybody who you feel like people care. That's the main thing. When you're in your lowest, you don't think anyone cares. And to feel someone care about you, it gives you that spark to be like, you know what? This is a life worth living. So live it.
Well, it was a pleasure having you here.
Man, I'm happy that you answered back that YouTube, man. I appreciate it so much. Just not even just the adjustment, just the entire staff, everyone here, man. This is such a caring environment. I implore you, if you have the opportunity to come here, it is well worth it. If you have to dig, penny pinch, whatever, do it. It's worth it.
So for those of you out there that are looking for help and haven't received it yet, please reach out to us. We've been starting these healing immersion experiences. They go from anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks based on the severity of the case. And so you can send us an email to set up a consultation, and we'll have information for you. But I'll tell you, help is out there. And so let's make sure we get you the care that you need.